Look around you. Where you are right now, as you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for manna to fall from heaven.
Never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.
Hello everyone, I am excited. I am really excited. I have my big brother in house today. He is an exciting guy. He is an awesome personality. He is someone that started from, nothing. Like you actually feel like, wait, how did this guy just come out from nowhere and became what he is today? I call him my own Richard Quest. I don't know about you guys, but he is somebody changing media. He's changing what we like. He's changed a lot of things that, right now he's even morphing into other things. And he's going to be here today to talk about every single thing he's building, everything he's talking about, where he started from, how you guys could become a super honored personality from nowhere. Like how you could become someone so special that, someone from Silicon Valley would say, you run Africa for us. Like he is so exceptional. You need to meet this guy. He's already in the studio, making up and all that. So we're going to bring him in soon. Thank you guys for joining and tuning in. This is still Connect with Simeon. The idea for this program, like I always say, is we must talk about it. We must talk about, what we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to build in Africa. We cannot overemphasize it. Africa has to help our own. If I help one person, I help 100 people, and 100 of us help 1 million people. That is, how we could win Africa for Africa. And this is, talking about these guys that are doing wonderful, splendid things. You need to learn from them. If you can't learn by reading their books, if you can't learn by, meeting them in person, at least you can learn by hearing them speak. So this program is going to be on YouTube for at least a year, so that you can learn from all these wonderful people. This is episode 27, so it means we already have 26 wonderful people we're talking to, and today we have our 27th wonderful person. Without wasting much of your time, I also want to thank everybody that congratulated me yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday. I felt so much love. I felt so much warmth, so much energy, and I am so excited. And on behalf of you guys, I'm going to be donating 100,000 naira to a motherless baby's home so that they can celebrate with me, celebrate my birthday. And just because of you guys, I'm going to be doing that. And without wasting much of your time, I know everybody wants to see him. Everybody wants to meet him. I'm going to bring him into the studios right now. So with me today is Fred Chukwuemeka Agbata Jnr. Let me not forget the junior part. I have to always add that junior part. Fred, you're mute.
Yeah. Hey, Simeon, great to be here. Happy belated birthday, first and foremost. I celebrate you, bro, and I
Thank
rejoice
you
with you,
very much.
man.
Thank you very,
How are
very
you?
much. I mean, it's exciting when people like when you do certain things, and it's not about the money you get or the, it's just that joy, that happiness. And I felt really loved this. I had over 4,000 messages, like from every kids,
Whoa.
mothers, fathers, everybody saying, some wishes and birthday praises. And I was really excited. I was really excited. I couldn't answer everybody, but the ones I answered, I mean, they understand with me. We have to do this. We have to help each other, and that's why I bring people like you, awesome guys doing awesome stuff. Um, I'm going to be boosting this. I'm going to be putting a lot of dollars behind this so that we can boost this and teach people. Even if I can't meet a Fred, even if I can't find a Fred, let me at least learn from a Fred. Let me know, how did Fred make it? This is no bobo, no BS, no nothing. It's just how did Fred come from nowhere? Next time, see you on channels, and everybody's like, I need to be on Fred's show. I need to be on Fred's show. How did Fred do it? Where did he come from? From nowhere. I just saw something and boom, there's a new kid on the block that is now taking Africa by storm. So please, I mean, tell us about your yesterday. How did you start? Where did you come from?
Okay, thank you, Simeon, for having me. It's a great honor to be on your show. I mean, just like yesterday, this is episode 27, right? So at some point also on my show, I stopped counting because I got to 300 and like no more counting. So well done, bro. We need to get more information. I mean, it's almost the same thing that sort of propelled me to get into media, right? So people see me and they think I started out thinking of media. Not necessarily, right? I just felt that there was a gap that someone needed to fill. So I like the fact that you are filling this gap. You're bringing real, raw, undiluted knowledge to people, which I think is very important as we all build, right? So it's a long story of different trials and errors, multiple failures. So what haven't I done, right? So I've done, I've done. You can just think about it, right? So from Okada to Keke to call center to cyber cafe, those early days. Back in school, selling of bunks. Everyone will go home. I'll stay back at home. Buy up all the choice bunks. And then when people start coming back, I start selling it. That was the early days. So I continued like that, and because again, everything that I do, I do it so passionately, I remember that, at some point also, I made some very good money, and then I started a business, but then I got coming to the startup ecosystem. I was just the regular business guy, So I was supposed to start a business in oil and gas, the training, but my office used to be in a papa. So one day, one gentleman walked up to me and said to me that, why am I training a papa when I should be focused on making billions of naira? Of course, the greedy part of every man jumped out. Wow, So I left my training business that I wanted to start, and I joined the guy, in search of billions for oil and gas. So I did oil and gas. I did oil and gas for 1.5 years. At some point, we were supplying the whole of a part of the Dangote group, their AGU, a couple of things, So at some point, the oil and gas business failed. It was when it failed that, I said to myself, you know what, it's time to pick out something. Well, I look at my time, I look at my age, the clock of my age, and I was just about clocking 30, or I was 30 then. I said to myself, you just cannot continue this thing. You started this one, you've done this one, you've done that one. You just, at some point, I did tipper, I did truck, I did container tanker, lots of things. I did importation, So I said to myself, it is time to carve a niche, focus on that niche and build, because you don't build by jumping around everywhere, So that was how I started the blog in 2009. And that was my beginning of the ecosystem. I remember that when I started the blog, I didn't just start a blog for the sake of blogging, right? Unlike most other people, what happened was that the guy I paid to build the blog sort of took the money because his own money. So all the people that said, then I didn't know anything about website, WordPress, and the rest. But all the people that wanted to build a blog for me said they would charge 50K back in 2009. So I saw this guy who was doing promo get a blog for 10K. Because I had lost my business and I was broke, I borrowed money, and I paid the guy 10K. And all of a sudden, the guy's phone wasn't going through. I couldn't get through to the guy again. After like 3 weeks, I found out the guy had gone to UK with my 10K, my hard-earned 10K, right? You know, I was broke, right? So I had to go on YouTube, download the first WordPress CMS, and I started learning to build using WordPress. Of course, on WordPress, I went to PHP, started learning new things about everything was online. Now, but you know, I wrote a goal. After that thing happened to me, I wrote down the goal. I said to myself that in 5 years, I will become one of the most sought after tech media personality in Nigeria. You know, at that point, all I had was a blog and vision. How it was going to happen, I did not know. In fact, I can't even say how it even happened, right? Now, so if I tell you a couple of the stories, you know that sometimes it is about our resolution to want to achieve what we want to achieve. Like it is a blue sky. Now, when I made that goal, I put it down. I put it as a goal. You know, it was driving me. I started, you know, again, you know when you start something new, I will write, no comment. You know, there were so many discouraging things. I said to myself, man, oh boy, pack this thing, go find a job. Like, go and find a job. You can still get a job. I mean, you're a sharp guy, right? But I kept on. In 2013, and that's why sometimes it's not good to focus on money. In 2013, one of my mentors, Mazi Samohabunwa, called me up in the middle of the night and said to me that CFA, he called me by, I think it was, and this period of my life, I was a low moment, right? You know those 7 years of plenty and 7 years of lack. It was a lack period for me, and I mean lack. I went from being a big boy, living in a duplex with a BQ, with at least 2 cars, to being a broke ass, like zero broke. And then the guy calls me up by 11:30 p.m. and says to me that CFA, I'm supposed to speak somewhere at Abeokuta tomorrow, but I can't go. Go there and represent me. And that's why it's good to always. I looked up, I looked down. I said, I don't have money. What can I tell this man? This man is a mentor. I can't tell him that I must deliver this result. Let it be that I delivered and I told him I didn't have money. The next morning, I borrowed money here and there. I jumped to Oshodi. Enter this year, took to Abeokuta. I've not been to Abeokuta before. I don't know anybody. I got to Abeokuta. I started asking questions. Lo and behold, I was supposed to, of course, I was representing the chairman of the occasion. So I was representing the guest speaker of the occasion, and there was the chairman of the occasion. So as I got there so early, and I was extremely early. So I sat down, and then, you know, I waited for them. They said, I got there 8 o'clock. As at 11 o'clock, the event has not started. So I was a bit restless. So I went downstairs just to go and cool off. So I went into the restaurant. When I was passing, I saw a very solid Range Rover, latest model then, as in 2013 model. And I walked in there and I sat down. So I was taking my breakfast, waiting for them to start. I noticed a guy who was there. I said, I know this guy. So he kept doing, I said, who is this guy? And I said, So at that point, I didn't click who he was, right? But to cut a long story short, I got into the event. I noticed that he was the chairman, and he was the chairman of Punch. I said to myself, this is my elevator, this is my moment to shine. That period, I spoke so well. Like, I spoke, according to the guy said, man, how did you deliver? I'm not seeing a young person deliver this. I was with so much passion, right? And to cut the long story short, as soon as I finished, he said to me, young man, I'd like to meet you more. So when I stepped down of the event, he too was about going. So I saw his range, you know, and out of bonus, I just said, man, I love this range. I claim this range. Like I said, you want to claim my car? I said, no, sir. I'll just print to myself. He now said, wow. He now said, nice position again. I said, thank you. And I said, may I ride with you along the way? I don't know my way around. Anywhere you stop me, I'll be fine. I just want to enjoy this car. And the guy said, okay, hop in. So I hopped in at the back behind him. So as I was going, I said, sir, I have a solution for you. And this solution I'm offering you, I don't want you to pay me. I am offering it for you for free. all I want is your endorsement. He said, what? I said, I will take care of your websites, because he had a female basketball team. I said, I'll take care of your female basketball team website. I'll take care of your website. All the cost will be on me. I just want your endorsement. So the guy said, wow. The guy now said, what card did I give you before? I showed him the card. He said, no, that's not the real card. So he now brought out the main card and he said, take this one. This is where you can get me. So as he was about to collect, I collected both cards. But to cut the long story short, I sent that guy. He's late now. May God rest his soul. He's late. Wale is late now. But I sent him a total of 100 plus text messages. And all I kept asking him was, I wanted to write for Punch. 110 or thereabout text messages. The day he approved it, he just called me and said, wherever you are, come here now. I want to see you in my office. And I got there. He said to his guy, he said, you see this guy? You guys have to give him his column. This guy wants to kill me. His pressure is too much, because I was too concerned of what I wanted. A lot of times people will say, oh, they want money and everything. But I wanted that, And guess what? One day I was invited as a guest. So of course, when I started writing for Punch, my profile started growing. I shared my blog. And so one day I was invited as a guest to speak at Channels TV program, So luckily for me, my co-guest did not come, and I was able to handle the questions for about 1 hour. So as I was coming out of the studio, the head of program just came to me and said, that was a nice show. I said, thank you. He said, would you like to have a show on Channels TV? I said, what kind of show? He said, technology show. I said, yes. At that point, that was about my third time on TV. No broadcast, nothing, no training, nothing, I said, yes, I would like to have a show. Yeah. And she said, when can we have a proposal? I said, tonight. And that's it. By that evening, I had a proposal out. I shot it to her. Now, on the day I was supposed to meet the chairman of Channels TV, as soon as I entered the room, and I said, good afternoon, Chairman. It's a pleasure to be here. He said, no, sit down. I said, my name is Chukwuemeka. He said, no, I know you. I follow you. I read what you write every day. That was the beginning of it. So that's when I knew that all those dark nights was building up to something. I never knew there was a guy like that. In fact, now I said to myself, maybe the guy was the one who watched the program and sent that lady to go tell that guy that I want him to run a show on Channels TV. That was it. So I'm what you will call. So people see me. Okay, so I run, and at some point I was on radio as well. The same thing. How did I get a radio show? I went on. So I had Mo Abudu share her experience of how she left a top job in Mobile to go and start Moment with Mo. And as soon as I left, and that, which is why when I attend events, I don't attend events for the sake of it. Okay, so maybe some events I just want to network, but I attend events because I want to make one thing possible. Because we know so much. There's so much right? Just take one thing, run with it, and you will see how God will bless you with it, right? The universe will smile on you, right? So as soon as I finished that session with Mo Abudu at Professor Patutomi's CVL, I left that place. By the next Monday, I had about 12 proposals out to various radio stations, telling them that they need a tech show on their station. That tech is the new thing, it's the best thing to slice bread. I got one response. It's called the law of averages. If you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. You want one person, one customer, find 20. Speak to 20 people, one will be your customer. If not 20, 30, you will get one. Like, you just have to search. Become a thorn in people's skin. But of course, do it reasonably, right? But that's the way I operate, right? So you don't tell me no. So that moment of the fact that I went to obey a call. I could have told the man that, sorry, sir, I'm not feeling like it. And that was it. If I had done that, I probably, because at that point, I never planned I was going to be on Punch, or even planned that I was going to be not planned, nothing. Right? It was just by chance that all of this happened. So I think the biggest lesson, right, is that, whatever you are doing today, wherever you are, and it doesn't matter. See, and I think that people should understand. Again, that's one of the challenges of social media. So social media is cool, it's amazing, but it also has a way of putting undue pressure on you. Right? You're not in a competition with anybody. It doesn't matter who raises $1 million. It doesn't matter who raises $10 million. You are on your own journey. Like, you just have to enjoy it. You are supposed to be CFA. You're the one who interviews. I've watched startups. Like, I'm literally all the top startups today. I was about in the media industry when they all launched. Like, from Simeon U, from Obi, from JC, like everything. I think it was said to me. It's like Obi was saying that CFA, you need to do something. But the truth is, right? I know that, we're all created differently, right? And so I was prepared for a different kind of journey, right? It's still in the same game. And that's why I always say it's an ecosystem, right? An ecosystem of builders, of investors, of mentors, of startups. Like that's the way it is, right? You can't be all things to all people, right? So I think that is very critical. That you understand that you are on your own journey, right? And you should just stand out to make a difference. So who would have told me that I've gone from a blogger to a columnist, radio presenter, TV presenter, and now
We're going to talk about that. I have been most of the times I speak to people like you and other great guys, I start learning more things. Like I start telling myself, wait, that rings a bell. You should do this. You should do that. You should do. I mean, you can know a lot of things, but you when you hear other people like that have done it works, like it just blows your mind. I mean, I just wrote things. Keep learning. Keep doing things yourself. When you hit a roadblock, it just gives you an opportunity to go and learn it yourself. Like if somebody throw your money, put your money away. It's like, let me go and learn this thing. What can this man know more than me? He's not human, And your resolve to say, I need to do this. I need to get this. And your preparation, your not letting go of anything. Because I would have been on the bed and say, where do I know you're there? Please, let's not do all these things. Let's just, it's not that hard now, but you were prepared with something. And I want people to learn this today. He was prepared what we call an elevator speech. He minded nothing. He was like, how do I get to this guy? How this guy has to live. He talks about Ranger, and the guy goes, oh, okay. Still did not click. Oh yeah, you know what? Sir, just drop me anywhere. And away from him. Like you need to learn from this guy. It's something that courage, yes, I do have, but I learned a little thing from everybody. And this is something that, guys, if you're listening to Fred right now, you need to learn. I'm going to make sure this video goes viral because I'm going to push it. I'm going to spend my dollar. It is not that hard. But if you understand and you learn and you have a mentor, you just follow. You don't need to be following all these big boys that you don't even know. You will never see them. You will never know them. There are people that do excellent things. So you send somebody 110 messages, and he responds to one. Don't give up. Why should you not get to the point where 90 gave up? 91 gave up. Okay, 95. This guy got it. 100. 100 is my no. Okay, 101. Up to 110. Like, what made you continue? What made you keep pushing?
Well, so I would say it's a story of the Acres of Diamond, right? Told by Earl Nightingale, made popular by Earl Nightingale. He said it's a story of an African farmer, where the guy, had a piece of land and he was digging, he couldn't find oil, he sold it off. The guy who came with better machinery, and just about where he stopped, a little more further, the guy found oil, I don't know whether it's a fable, I don't know whether it's real, but for me, it's... See, until it's a principle, that we'll talk about FI shortly, but it's a principle that guides what I do, right? It's like, and again, because I love it when it's still smooth operation, right? There is, I tell my guys, like, if you work with me, results don't hide. There's no need for eye service. Like, results will fetch you out. Like, it will fetch you out. Like, it's about a goal, right? So set the goal and focus on it. Like don't be distracted. Along the line, I've gotten all kinds of jobs. SSA job, this one manager job, like good salary, good perks and everything. But for me, because I know that my DNA is somewhat different. And by the way, I think one of the things that every entrepreneur should know, and I encourage every entrepreneur, please know your DNA. Stop struggling to be who you are not. You see, like me, I can never do anything alone. I mean, I will not. Like, it doesn't matter who, I don't care what it is. If it is just me, I can't do. You know why? Because my DNA is opportunistic and an innovator. So I'm too restless for it, right? So I am not a perfectionist. I'm not a builder like Simeon or like Obi that want to build 100 billion. No, I'm not, right? But I can be part of what Simeon is building and support him with my value. So understand yourself. Otherwise, if I can't check my blood pressure today, my blood pressure is always like a child's blood pressure. You know why? Because I understand my DNA and I follow that track. You can't be. How do you want to be what you're not? So, and which is one of the secrets that FI uses to everyone who plugs into the FI ecosystem. The first thing you do is a DNA test. Because at the back end too, they also want to understand how to support you. They want to understand where you are. So it's very critical to know yourself. If you know yourself, then you can plan within who you are, within the context of how God created you. Because you can't tell God he doesn't know what work now. He knows what he did now. Why he created the way he created you. So find who you are. Are you an innovator? Are you too restless? Are you a builder? Can you say like Simeon, build, fail, and not feel it, go build again? Or do you want to be like a CFA who will be part owner of it? So you just have to know your DNA and follow it. So I think that, it is part of the knowledge gap that affects some of us, right? I see people who are so frustrated about the ecosystem, it's not going to work, people are, again, unapologetically, I'm a diehard optimist, bro. Like I don't want to know. It is possible. As long as there is life. As long as there is life. If there's no life, of course, But if it is life, it is possible, right? So I believe that if you make up your mind on certain things, and you follow through, I think that it will work out all together for your good, right? And for those of us who believe, right, we believe that, there's a higher creation, Brian Tracy would say to you that I think that generally also a positive mental attitude also helps, right? So sometimes I don't allow certain kind of people around me. I don't allow people who just complain all day. Now I don't allow people who who see everything wrong and everything. So again, I choose kind of people I work with, positive-minded people, go-getters who want to change the world. I mean, how much time do we really have on Earth? How much time, right? I mean, just how many years ago I was 10 years old. Now I'm 40, right? So I know to myself that, man, there's no time waiting for anybody. So every time that I have, I use it judiciously, and I think that, it is that drive that can really help us to be outstanding.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. Guys, please tap into CFA. Like I said, I am going to be posting this video on unapologetically. You would hear, because you need to hear real stories behind people that you see. You don't just wake up and all of a sudden, I get to San Francisco and I'm in Silicon Valley and they're like, hey, do you know Fred? Hey, do you know Fred? And I'm like, oh, yes, I know Fred. Oh my brother. So it's like you get to the point where like, who is this guy? Like, what did he just come from? Because the reason why I started this program was one thing, and I keep saying it over and over and over and over again, because people have this wrong notion. Two things. One, Nigeria, we believe that, there's always something bad about Nigeria, and even Africa as a whole. There's, it's always the bad element, it's always the wrong thing, it's always the fraud, it's always the this, it's always the that. So you don't see the over 100,000 people that are doing exceptional things. You don't get to hear about them, you don't get to see them because they are drowned by that noise of Africa is this and Africa is that. So I tell myself, no, when I go to find Fred, you can't be telling me you don't find Africa content. I cannot be the only African country. There are not big guys doing something. So, and that's why I brought this story so that guys can tell their stories. It's no sugarcoating. I didn't wake up and I became I schooled in Harvard. The next thing, John Momo calls me. The next thing, become the tech friend, co-anchor and all that. No, there was a journey. This journey was real. What was this journey about? And that's what you're hearing today. He started from nothing. He lost everything. Then came back again and said, you know what? Let's be ready. So guys, learn three things today. Get a resolve. Know that, guy, there is nothing. What is the other? The other side is death now. So the other one is also till you get it done. That's number one. Number two, prepare yourself. No, there's a goal in heart. If once there's a goal, don't put 1 naira, 1 day goal, 2 day goal, 3 day goal. No, I write it right now. I have a 3-year goal. Just being, with a 3-year goal, and I must hit that 3-year goal. Things will happen, whatever. I have to send 110 messages, I have to. If I have to. So those are things that I'm learning. Guys, he didn't start from nowhere to become a Punch columnist. He didn't start from nowhere to be these things. And he is now regional director of Founders Institute. Like, you guys don't know the big deal about this. He's director of Founders Institute. Like, guys from South Africa are calling and say, yes, sir. Fred, sir. Good morning, sir. Guys from so you need to get that level where how did the FI thing come up? Like, yes, I understood you were doing superbly well because we could even pay you on tech trends. Like, it was like a hustle. Like, you even get you on tech trends. Sir, we are going to get to the tech trends. So it became a yardstick to measure you. Have you been on tech trends? Have you not been on tech trends? So how do you move from that to Founders Institute?
Okay, so thank you very much again. So a lot of passion, just when you are talking, one of my favorite stories came to my mind, and for those who don't read the Bible or who are not Christians, I beg your pardon, but the story is the story of the lepers, right? The 10 lepers who said to themselves, I'll not say the whole story, but who said to themselves, if we stay here, we will likely die because of hunger. If we go, we might also die. But again, too, we might be lucky. So our chances are better that we go and we see. If we die, it's fine. We know that we tried. But if we stay here and die, it will be terrible. And guess what? They went and they survived. So, it's something that really inspires me, right? A lot, right? So, the whole FI thing, right? So, FI, it was, so what, a year before, I was looking for stuff, again, because I've been in the ecosystem, and I know that our ecosystem is, the truth is, there are two sides. There are the real side guys, and there are also, I know a couple of people who just makes it a job to be going to hackathons. And because they are so good at it, they usually would win. I knew one that when he won, he bought a brand new car. I asked him, so boy, now I sweat now. Now I can tell sweat. So again, so I said to myself, CFA, what way can you add more value to this ecosystem beyond, because I know I have the capacity, even though I know I'm restless, but I knew I have the capacity. Guess what? I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to bootstrap a hub, right? And that was the beginning of it. So I said, no, let me also do even the story of the hub, right? The first day, so when the consultant who was going to help me, so there's a piece of land, when the consultant was going to help me put the hub together, when he brought his first bill, the first part of the hub was going to cost about maybe 3-5 M, and then again, my spice coin, like I will call it, instead of, so he was saying that I should send him at least 50% so that he can mobilize, do this one, do that one, because it was in bare land, so I had to just build up the structure. And so he was expecting at least maybe like, something like about 1.5, 2 M, stuff like that. I sent him 50K. The guy got the text. The guy called his wife, said, come, see this my client. The guy, Mom, he called me, he said, that wasn't an error. That can I say, what will you do with it? I said you should just hold it. I'm expecting money, but that one is just, but I think the principle of that is, what I've learned over the years, right, is just start. Just start. What is the worst that can happen? You fail. So what? The person die. The person will die now. I started 50K. Within 18 months, it was completed. We had a hub, was going. But then, of course, when we had the hub, again, sometimes you look at, so again, that's why when people say, oh, there are things to do around you. I know even along the line of that hub, right? When I saw the hub ecosystem, again, because I'm a journalist, I'm a media guy, so I go around. I saw the hub ecosystem. I look at the hubs in Lagos. So the big boys hub, CC hub, Ventures Platform, Innovation, those ones are fine. Those ones are hubs doing well. But then I travel. When I travel, I go to different kind of hubs. And what you call hubs is so funny. I said to myself, I called the ecosystem player. I said to myself, let's form a group of hubs across the country. That little C today now has about 100 members. It's called Innovation Support Network, and the chairman is Tommy Davis, right? I think that people need to know it's about problem solving. So it was in that period I said to myself, you know what? For my hub to succeed, because I'm a journalist, I'm a media guy, I've not built a startup, so I can't lay claim to be a Simeon. I know I have passion, I know I have experience in raw business. So what I did was I said, you know what? Let me piggyback on a curriculum that is existing, so that way I don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? And that was it. Got into the FI ecosystem. Of course, again, part of my collaborative mindset was that, I said to myself, you know what? Some people may have an opportunity. What they will do is they can put in their mentees, and everything. What I did was that I brought in people I had worked with in various areas who are not superstars in the ecosystem, but who I knew are passionate people. Like, they would do this thing, whether they are paid or not, they would do it with all their heart, right? And I got 3 of them, right? When I got them on the table, right, they were expecting that I would say, okay, you know what? So for the 1% equity that FI leaves for the local leaders, they thought I was going to say, oh, CFA, I was going to say, okay, 50% is for me, 3 of you share 50%. No, they asked me, I said, make it equal. They were shocked to their marrows. I said, make it equal, right? Because I know that at the end of the day, I rely on them for this thing to run. And today, they are running this thing so fast. In fact, FI Lagos is amongst the top 3, if not the top 2 FI chapters in the world.
You don't talk about that because just to chip in here, I was in the valley and I met Adio, and he was like, when I walked in, he was like, have you seen Fred? And I'm like, yeah, he's my brother. Like, that guy is amazing. That guy is like, he's turned out of institute. He's changed everything. He is the most performing. I'm like, calm down now. I'm like, this guy is, a multi-millionaire. Like, Adio is very, very great. And he was like, no this, no that, no finance institute is doing very well in Africa. It's just because of one man, just because of Fred. Like, he is good. I'm like, Fred, let me just say for Fred. Like, we love Fred. I was surprised when I realized that most of them I don't even met you in person.
No, they never met me. I've not even been there, right? It's just been online.
And I'm like, wait, you don't even know this guy that you're talking about, it's so infectious that the hard work you put in and the strategies that you placed, which is, get people, don't do things alone, and make sure that people that are also burning and passionate about what you're doing are with you and all that. How do you choose your team? How do you decide who comes on this team, and how and how would you advise people? Because a lot of entrepreneurs will come to me and say, I want a CTO, I want it, but I cannot give more than 5%. And I'm like, wait, well, you have 100%. I think. 98%. I want them to give the life the same way they're living. So how do you teach people and train people?
So I have 2 major projects, that are coming up, right? You know them, right? So and in all of these projects, right? Even though I'm the sort of initiator, I actually initiate. I allow people to run, right? I think again, right? Entrepreneurs must understand, right? You don't need 100% of nothing, right? And I think that what is most important, again, my personality type, right? My personality type is one that wants to see things succeed. So even though it doesn't have to do with me, which is why even though I am FI, and already, we started doing well in FI, I still wasn't making noise about it because I knew that it was just a matter of time. The results will tell. Like, I didn't have to talk about it. So that was why, even when you were going there, I didn't have to. I just said, hey, my guy, I didn't have to, because I knew that they were already wild, and they're still wild because at the time you went, it was just Lagos, right? But as at now, I've added about 12 cities across Africa. So the wow. In fact, the wow is now 1,000% wow. Like, how does this guy do it, right? So, but in choosing your team, just to answer the question, I think the first thing foremost is, I sort of, again, first thing foremost, again, I would say like not everyone will believe, but I think again, you must have a positive mental attitude. If you are one of those who keep saying partnerships don't work, if you're one of those who keep saying people cheat, if you're one of those who don't believe that there are good people on earth, then I think that's what will come to you. I don't know, because again, I can't even explain it. So again, if I say lucky, some people will say, I'll leave that thing. But I think that, I just believe, and guess what? The oil and gas business that died, it was a sort of partnership. Because I went to a partnership and the guy took our tickets. It's called ticket. That's what we used to load from the depot. The guy took our tickets of close to 5 million naira on a particular day and gave to his in-law. And that was how the business crumbled. So it was a partnership gone wrong. Because what he should have called me to tell me that's what he's about to do to get my cup, but he didn't do that. But guess what? I never stopped believing that they are good people. I can't be. I don't care how much negative news flies around. I don't care what. There are good people who want to solve a problem, who want to save the world. And I think that positive mental attitude always attracts the right people to me, right? And then when the people come and I observe them, I do everything humanly possible to keep them. I become their friend. I'm currently reading a book now, Entrepreneurial DNA, right? And I was talking about the story of two people. One guy had 300 staff, he paid them well, he gave them healthcare, he gave them everything they want, right? But his staff, the maximum time they stay is 18 months. Now, he had a supplier who has a much smaller company who had about 20 staff, but these 20 staff, the average of them have stayed about 10 years. And he was asking the guy why. The guy said, because we are family. He said, I can't pay my staff like you pay your staff, but one thing I can do is that I celebrate my staff. Their birthdays, their wedding anniversaries, their dying, their sad moments, like I am with them. We are family. So that one alone keeps my people. So I think that for startup founders, right, we must understand that that is the reality. Because again, do you want to compete on for talent based on money alone? If you do that, there will always be another startup raising the bar, raising more money than you have raised or you're about to raise. So it's always going to be the game. So I think that we need to now change the play and begin to now. I know you may not work all the time, but do your best, right? And that's the way I see life, right? I know that, tech talents are difficult. I know, I understand. But again, do your best, right? Do your best. And I know, hope for the best. Trust God for the best. Hope for the best. But in choosing, I just simply have an open heart. When people come to me, I follow my gut's feeling about them. I take a bet on them. And then, but again, I just be lucky, right? I take a bet. I mean, this has been happening across regions, across various countries with FI and even with my local team. It's just been amazing. Just having the right people, supporting them all the way, trusting their judgment, allowing them to shine. Again, that's very critical, right? Allow people to shine. I mean, even when events are happening, I don't even want to be called. I mean, there's so many events out there. I just don't, because sometimes they want to call me, but I just want to be in the background. Let them shine because they deserve it, right? In fact, I tell them that you guys are even more brilliant than I am, right? I just have a very strong hustle spirit, right? I mean, that's what you can't take away from me when it comes to executing. Do you know that to date, I still send an average of 10 text messages every day just to keep in touch with various people and maintain network till date. Because I know that, so my theory is very simple. WhatsApp is a very confusing environment. SMS is not being used like before. So people of certain age category, they don't joke with their SMS. So that age category, I am always in touch with them. Because the amount of value they have, if they unlock it for the I had lunch 2 weeks ago with someone who lives in a $50 million apartment. His house is $50 million by the seaside. And this guy is not in the ecosystem. It's not. So part of my goal is, how do I get this guy, even if it is 5%, into this ecosystem? At least we'll have a little more money. It's not enough, but it's something. When he enters and there's some activity, he can also drag some of his friends, because he was showing me a portion of his land, of his house where his lawn tennis is. that somebody wants to buy off for about $30 million. So money touch money. And that person that wants to buy it is also not in the ecosystem. So it means that there's a lot of value we are yet to unlock. Yes, they don't understand the ecosystem, they don't understand how it plays, but then it is somebody's role to try to encourage them, to let them see that this is the way to go. That's how Silicon Valley was built. It was built because people sold their companies. Rather than take the money to go and buy an island, they put a portion to invest and support the guys coming behind them.
I mean, lovely. Yeah, Fred, we can keep the whole day. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to brainstorm on. There's a lot to discuss. Guys, you've heard it. You've heard it nowhere. He told you. He did not do it. He told you this is how it works. He told you when he crashed. He told you how he resolved that he was going to get to that level. He had a goal in mind. He built together. These are things that values that you need to imagine yourself. I mean, I have this thing better together. I saw that sign and like better together. We have to be together. It's difficult when you are alone. It's a lonely road. You have to build this thing together, and you don't have to always have this bad mindset of things are not good, people are wicked, and this and that and that. It's all old news. Like the new news is build together, collaboration, work together, and I mean I can see one day is excited, one day is he's just rolling out a lot of things and all that. And so we've gone to the point where what's the next step? What is the next level for us as a people? I know what you're building. I'm really excited about it. I can't talk about it until it is right. So I have to keep my mouth shut about that. But I know what you're building. And I know it's going to blow the ecosystem. And I'm happy to help any way I can to make sure that dream comes to life. But which way forward? How do we get Nigeria work? How do we, at least one step at a time, how do we all contribute to this Nigeria that we see a dream where there is no political issue, there is no corruption, there is no this. We just see a booming economy where guys are building stuff in taxation, in infrastructure, in startup, in finance, in agriculture. What people have of like minds come together to build this thing. When and how when do you see that dream coming to pass?
Okay, so maybe not a particular date, but I think that one of the things I would say is that for viewers watching at this point or who would watch later, I think I would say that one of the most critical things is that you should actually do good consistently. I think that whatever your hands find to do, you should do it and do it well consistently. Today my column is 8 years old. TV show is almost 6 years old. It is sheer grit consistency. Why do I still maintain those platforms? Because I know that we still need to create a bridge between the old school guys, in quotes, that's the guys who have gone before us, and the new school. We can't just continue saying, oh, these guys have value. FI Lagos just partnered with LCCI. Next year, we're going for IOD instead of that, because we know that seated in that is a lot of value. So we can also say, no, we are the new kids. No, it's a wrong mindset, right? It's about collaboration, right? So for us, the mindset is, guys, what can we do? Play our role. And one of the roles we've said to ourselves, let's out of every session we run in the program in Lagos, for example, let's even see if we can turn out 20 quality ideas, helped through with mentors like Simeon and the rest, 20 of them into the ecosystem, into the marketplace. Let's see what value they can have. Instill in them the right discipline, the right mindset. That you can't. I mean, there's nothing comes cheap, nothing comes easy, nothing happens overnight. You just have to pay the price. It's not possible now. You pay the price. There's a price to be paid. Forget all the old, instant fame, Instagram. It's a lie. It doesn't work, right? Something is being given. A lot of times it's either it's fake or something is being given somewhere. You know, so but let's not even go. My point is that if you want to build and build sustainably, right? Do good, right? What is that one thing you want to do good, right? You know, if part of your goal is to go abroad, that's fine. Go abroad, but support from there, right? There's lots of things you can do, right? What Simeon is doing is passing out value, it's mentorship in a way, it is helping people with education, with the right mindset. You know, that's his own part that he's playing. And he's also building a business that is employing people, putting food on people's table. So imagine we have 1,000 businesses employing 20, 25 people. That's a lot, right? And that's the kind of mindset we need to have, because the economic impact of that alone, which is why some companies are tagged too big to fail. The government will give them money. Too big to fail, because if you fail, they fail that you put 10,000 people in one economy. That's some economies, people blow up. You know, because Nigeria is where it is, right? You hear 30 million unemployed. I say, 30 million? Like everybody should not be sleeping. 30 million. You know what it is for 1 million people to carry cutlass? How many will you shoot? You're talking about 30 million. So we are sitting on a keg of gold. So we need to work, right? So play your role. Building your startup, build a startup with consistent mindset to deliver value, like unbeatable value. So like when you, because your competition is not just local anymore. So you have Indians who are competing with you. You have Pakistan. You have all sorts, right? You have robots, algorithms, right? How do you ensure that every time you consistently deliver high value that will be appreciated? You know, one day I looked at the global FI website and I said to myself, there's no black guy and there's no African on this website. Why? I went to the HQ team. I said, tell me, what does it take to be on this place? And I'm not comfortable. That's even before I was announced regional director. I said, no, I'm not comfortable. Now, what does it take? Tell me what needs to be done for a black man, for an African to enter this space. Tell me. They didn't answer me. Nobody answered me. I said, yeah, okay, no problem. I said, no problem. You know, I think about 2 months after that, now emailed me, hi Fred, I just want to let you know that this will updated. I laugh. You know what? Results. They see aggression. They see result. Like we went all out. FI Lagos went all out. Like all out. In fact, this cohort that starts next week, Simeon, we just opened application 6 weeks ago. As we speak, we have 40 enrolled founders. It just tells you that, I mean, in that FI ecosystem, it doesn't always happen. Not too many chapters can achieve that. Because you just finished one program 6 weeks ago, and you started another one almost immediately, and you're already maxing out the class. So, but it's just the passion, the drive. Everyone is calling, everyone is making SMS, because you know why? We have a bigger goal driving us. And part of the reason of that goal is why we said, you know what, let's work with LCCI. Let's see how we can leverage that network, create a win-win, create a strategy. Because some of the companies there might need startup services. They might not see it now, but it is when they know the startup. So even if I had my way, I would tell our startup, see, guy, if you are in any kind of industry, go and join LCCI. Stop this. Silicon Valley is good. I love them. I work with them, but not everything is Silicon Valley. There are some things that are raw, local. So let's say you're in manufacturing or agriculture. You're telling me you won't join LCCI. How? Right? Because you need them as a core industry. If yours is core software, that's different, right? So to take, for example, an OB who does computing system. OB, even if he doesn't join certain association, he has to be close with Anchor. He has to be close with certain kind of person. If they are having an event, he has to go show his presence or send something. He can't say no. No, he needs those guys. Why? Because this is Nigeria. This is Lagos. You can't throw away RTW, MC Olomo, if you are riding bikes. One day you wake up and you will see your bikes in Lagos again. That's the reality of Nigeria, you know. So if you understand that, there are some things you have to do to plug certain holes as you build. That way you are building more sustainably. So I told the startup that if you have certain kind of business, you have to go and belong to some of these organizations. You know why? Because at a point in time, they would realize, I mean, what I do partly PR and enlightenment. I know how light bulb moments come. People don't realize they need something until they hear someone talk about it. They think, yeah, this has been missing in my company. I think I need this guy. New business. It unlocks. Again, people keep shouting exit. Maybe Africa's exit will be different, right? Maybe it's about right there, it's about revenue and creating jobs. Right? Exit will come, it's fine. If it comes, fine. But you know, maybe ask for nice about. So which is why for me, when startups come to FI, I say to them, right, it's good when you are building things, you know, that you want to compete with Elon Musk behind me to go to SpaceX the Mars. That's fine. But also try and build things that would solve immediate problems. You're talking about a country that has a myriad of problems, right? If the corruption before us is even a problem that needs to be tackled. That's what I wrote about in my punch column next week. It's about the corruption that is staring us in the very eyes. How can we as an ecosystem tackle this? Bodies already do something, tracker is do something, but there's still a lot more that can be done without using AI algorithms. So, bro, the problems to be solved are much.
Wow.
You know, and people, when you come and tell me, say, oh, money. Well, money is there. But again, too, you know what I said to people? Open your phone, go through your network, just go through your phone, contact. You will realize that you actually have much more resources than you think. It's just that you don't create a system of follow-up. I try to follow up on my contact a lot. Very important.
Thank you very much. This would be a good time to throw that question. Everybody just enjoying. Everybody just enjoying talking to people. Like everybody just pick up everything. He's butchering. So guys, like I said, this is a real program. We don't BS how it is. We did not wake up one morning and it became they all worked so hard to get where we are, and we need to change the narrative. Africans, just like Fred said, he wanted something. He wanted a black man on the website. Like, why is there no black man? Why is there no African? Why is there no Nigerian? Why is there no Igbo man? Why is there no outside man? Why is there no Yoruba man? Why is there nobody with my kind of skin on that website? And he says, I need to Facebook. And today there is a black face. And so we need to get resolved. We need to get resolved together. He is the regional director. He's running Africa right now, and he's doing a splendid job. Like I know you announced a few days ago about was it South Africa that you launched?
Yeah. We launched DRC. We are launching Nairobi on Monday. We're launching Joburg. We're launching Cape Town. We're launching Casablanca. We've launched Lusaka. We've launched Lilongwe. We've launched Kampala. We're launching Kigali. We've launched Namibia. Not more. Ouagadougou, N'Djamena.
I did mentorship. So I mean, you're doing amazing. You're doing amazing.
And guess what, Simeon? Guess what? What? LinkedIn.
Are you serious?
Most of the leads, LinkedIn. So people complain, but the tools before us, we don't even maximize it. We don't maximize our phone. We don't. All the things I run, I'm able to run it because if I show you the screen of my phone, that's how you even know that I don't even have time for nonsense, right? If I show you, I know you cannot see it very well. But you cannot see very well. But this blue line is my schedule. This blue line is my schedule. This one is my to-do list. And all of these are my various productivity apps that help me, for various things, right? So even the front of my setting of my phone tells you I mean business. There's no time for joke. Like it's business. Like you've got to deliver. No excuse not to deliver. Absolutely none. Absolutely.
Guys, you guys are you heard it from Fred. It's Fred Chukwuemeka Agbata Jnr. He is an exceptional. You need to meet him. You need to have time, like sit down and just on board all that thing of there. He is an exceptional guy, and thank God he's a member of my family because we can always connect. Your sister is in house, raising all hands and whoop whoop. House and all that. So thank you, Fred, for coming. Thank you. I will definitely have you on this group again. Guys, this video is going to be online. I'm going to be pushing it. You need to watch it. Take out 1 hour of your time. Just listen to how he did it, his steps. He mentioned everything. This is pure masterclass. Like, you just need to know exactly how things are done and how you can actually win in an African environment. We are here to tell you the truth. Change the narrative. We have wonderful people. We are going to show that we have wonderful people. This is just 27th episode. We have over 3,000 people that are already on my list. Like, they're just there on my list for wonderful things. So we're going to get to that point where we change the narrative. We're not fraudsters. We're not idiots. We're not.
No.
We are a wonderful set of people doing wonderful things.
Simeon, before you go, Adeo, when we first had a chance to me, he said to me that CFA, I don't know what's wrong with a lot of Africans. I don't know what's wrong with people from Lagos. Like they're not consistent. They don't do things. They just do things half-heartedly and they stop. That was 2018. Now,
exactly. So it's like we need to change that narrative, and I'm definitely going to be one of those that help change the narrative. No matter what they throw at me, no matter what people push at me, I'm going to consistently tell the stories of this lovely, great guys. I mean, they are computers, they are collaborators, they are friends, they are ecosystem, they are everybody, but we must tell their story. I don't care who you are, we have to tell your story. We have to tell people that they are wonderful people, so that when you get to the airport, they will ask you two things. Are you what is your passport? Are you a builder in Africa? Because we know there are some builders. If you want to be builders in Africa, okay, you can come in. You don't need to check your passport. That is where we need to get to. And at that point, we must get to that point. Thank you very much, Fred, for coming. Thank you for sharing your story. God bless you. We love you. We love what you're doing. Guys, FI.co is live. If you don't make it to this whole cohort, you need to prepare for the next cohort. Just make sure you get in. Those guys, they grill, they make sure you come out of fire. Like when you come out, you are blazing hot trying to get in. I also have a lot of people that I mentor on the FI list, and they are wonderful people. I just even had one yesterday, and they're doing amazing stuff. So please, guys, make sure you go to FI.co, go to FI.co, register. Whatever you're doing, just register. If you can't get into this school, because it's very competitive, I know. But if you can't get into this one, go to the next one. Make sure you get in there. There are wonderful guys there that are ready to help you. They've done it before. They failed. They've succeeded. They've done a lot of things. So they understand it. And they have an array of wonderful people. One of these is Bio. Bio Lion is also one of the best. Growing and we're building stuff. And make sure you go to FI. Thank you very much, Fred, for coming. God bless you.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I keep up the good work, man. Keep up the good work, Simeon. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
So that was Fred. He is a wonderful person. He is someone that has done it. He has done it, and he's winning every day. So you need to get to that level. You need to get to that point where you are part of this story of Africa, part of the story of Nigeria, part of the story that we are a great people. We need to tell our stories more. So if you want to watch this video, go to YouTube, subscribe to Connect with Simeon. It will always be there. So you can always watch this episode 27. You can also see other lovely episodes of lovely people. We also had one of the directors of FI. One day he was also on the show, and he had a lot to talk about. So please do not fail. Tuesday we have another guest in house who's going to be talking about his stories and his journeys, and these are just little master classes that you should be part of. Just go to the YouTube channel, watch one of the shows, watch and get learnings from each of them. We're going to try to break down this learnings into bites that we're going to be sharing on Instagram or on Facebook. But if you want to watch a full episode, you go to YouTube. You can watch full episodes and have an understanding. And if you want to meet these people, very, 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 very easy. Shoot us an email at connectwithsimeon@gmail.com, and we'll try and connect you with these guys. And they're doing awesome work. They want to help the ecosystem. They want to help Nigeria. They want to help Africa. And that is where we stand. Not to forget, the company that is sponsoring this is Connected Analytics. The makers of Thank You Cash, the owners of Thank You Cash. If you have your phone right now, you want to earn rewards, you want to know more about all the wonderful things happening around your area, or you want to be an ambassador to earn money while you're sitting at home, go to thankyoucash.com and you can do all that. You are most welcome. Be part of the show on Tuesday, and till I meet you on Tuesday. This is me saying ciao.
Look around you, where you are right now. As you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for the manna to fall from heaven.
Never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.